Okay, as I'm recording this, it's Sunday and the weekend is almost over, and you can see all across the crypto market breadth starting to look a lot better. We got 28 to the upside. Nothing's to the downside right now. And you can see all of these altcoins starting to again attempt a recovery after that rough day of doom we had a while ago. This screener is available for free at our site Amassers.com, and it'll give you a great bird's eye view of statistically what's happening. Again, are we in a hot area inside of a cycle, whether it's a day or whether it's 30 days? Are we in a hot area, or are we starting to endure a bit of a cold crypto winter? Another tool I like to use is just to come and visit our Twitter. This is our Amassers Twitter, Trader Alfred, at Trader Alfred, and I'll look at these prints. These prints come out once a day, 7 days a week. They're automated. If you take a close look here, you can see on Ethereum, we're starting to see that blue ribbon coming back. You can tell we've gotten, this is huge as far as the negativity and sentiment, but you can see a little move to the downside, and on this indicator is where blue and moving down on that ribbon right there. That indicates a resumption of a good market sentiment. Another thing is, look over here days back when we were way up here on fear. Now all that will happen is the graph can potentially keep growing and fear can keep growing, but this does give me an idea of where are we in a hot summer or a cold winter. Okay, when we're in a cold winter, sometimes there is a change in sentiment, and we start to see that resumption of strength inside of Ethereum. We can also see down here in the clouds that we were green, so yeah, we have so much geopolitical stuff going on that it's just hard, but there was a clue here. There was a clue here as we start to see that faster change in the color of the ribbon. Okay, this is a print for Bitcoin, and you guys can see there's a lot more green over here. There was a lot more strength in Bitcoin. I got this theory that what we're seeing right here is a little war between Bitcoin and ETH, and there are guys who are building a hedge so that they can have safety by going long one and short the other. In that other video I shared earlier about a week ago, you'll notice that I was going long on Ethereum and I was going short on Solana during the last crash. Okay, there's a reason for that. Again, you can either be a fortune teller or you can be trying to make a fortune, but maybe you can't be both. So that's why I set up that crypto hedge there, and I'll do that often in Forex. I'll do that in crypto. I'll use the tools that are given and how I know professionals like to trade. You see that same sentiment here is fear just went crazy and now we see a little bit of blue on this ribbon, and we're starting to come back down as sentiment improves. Even over here you can see that big red cloud. We've just had a rough time after that crash, and it's going to take some time for guys to forget and the cycle to improve. Guys, I don't own this site, but I do come here and check things out a lot, and in a world where there's just influencers and no one will mention anything that's useful that they even find useful unless there's something in it for them, I want to break that tradition, as I always have. This site is coinalyze.net, okay? And you can track the open interest here. And what's great to me is not only do they track the open interest as far as perpetuals, but they also have some data in here for futures, as a lot of guys trade in the United States. And so you get a bigger swath of data. When the open interest is really, really high, you can see we're at 33 billion now. We took such a nosedive with all those liquidations. And if that's hard for the more visual people, they have this little chart here where you can see when we're way up here, and then we saw all of those liquidations killing open interest in. Now we're starting to come back again. Look, when there's so much money on the table and the guys can liquidate it, those guys are going to take it. So you want to be aware. One way to kind of get in sync with the market and see what's going on with crypto crashes and where are we inside of a cycle is when that open interest starts to get crazy and out of control. You want to be ready for a surprise. Also on this site they have a ratio and long versus shorts, and when you start to see that imbalance there, you can kind of take some directional cues from it as well. Guys, that's all I have for today. I just thought I'd share some of what I found to be helpful tools, not only on my site but also this other site here, and give you guys some good advice as far as managing risk, like I mentioned at the top of this video. Once again, this is Alfred for Amassers.com. I'll see you guys on the next one. Like, share, comment, subscribe. See you when I see you. Peace.